Hello, ladies and gents. Let me see something here. Oh, yeah. Yep. I can draw now. I need to get a mouse to do a little bit better. Okay, well, either way, that's pretty cool. So we're up to lesson 4. Highlight clicks. Focus mouse. Oh. Oh, no. Get that off of there. Get that off of there. What's this do? Okay. What does this one do? Let's see when I click it. Yeah, I don't like that either. All right, here we go, guys. Number gym. I'll turn that off. Let me turn it off before I start, huh? Okay, number gym it is. Count the cosmos. I think that's what that said.
Count up by twos from 0.
Okay, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These would be even numbers also, right, ladies and gentlemen? That was pretty easy.
Count down by twos from 20.
All right, I'm going to pause this here. I think this is pretty easy for you guys to figure out. Okay, so I knocked that out. Count up by twos, count down by twos on my number gym today. That was pretty easy. Let's see what we have for the blast. $15 questions. Get ready. I'm ready. Blast off. That would be 40. It's just a 4 with 1 0. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? Just need to add 1 0 to a 4. 40. This one I need to add 2 zeros to a 4. 400. This one 3 zeros to a 4. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,000. Same deal here. 8 with a 0. 8 with 2 zeros. 8 with 3 zeros. Now, this one's a little different because what you're really doing there on, like this one, the decimal point is after the 8. You're moving the decimal point to the right 4 places. So you needed, or 3 places, I'm sorry. So you needed 3 zeros, okay, to get the decimal point to here. This one, the decimal point's already there. Times 10 means you move the decimal point 1 place. So that's just after the 3 now. This one I moved 2 places. So it would be after the 3 is 1 place, but then I need another place. So a 0. So this one, after the 3 would be 1 place, but then I need 2 more places. 1, 2. So this one has to move 1 place, guys. Well, from here, it's going to go to there. It's still going to be between the 0 and a 5. So 0.5 or just 0.5 would probably work. This one's moving 2 places. So it's going to be 1, 2 places. It'll be after the 5. This one's moving 3 places. Well, it would be 1, 2 to after the 5. And then I need 1 more place, so I have to add a 0. 1 place, 2 places, 3 places. After the 7 is 1, 2, 3. Got him. All right, I'm not going to do the bonus round on here. I'll let you guys do that on your own. I'll be back. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm up to the actual lesson here. Let's see what we have. Millimeters, centimeters, meters. A little bit of measuring. Probably just moving from one to the other, I bet you. We'll find out together. Here we go.
Hi, Zearner.
Hello.
Today, we'll find the lengths of objects in meters, centimeters, and millimeters.
Okay.
Let's start with your notes.
Okay.
We're working on Mission 1, Lesson 4.
Oh, okay.
Here's our place value chart with metric length units.
Okay.
1 meter is the base unit, or the ones place.
Okay.
1/10 meter is 1 decimeter. 100th meter is 1 centimeter.
Okay.
And 1,000th meter is 1 millimeter.
Okay.
Centimeters and millimeters are very common length units. Write 1 centimeter as a fraction and as a decimal fraction.
Okay, so remember, you can write this on paper if you want. I'm just going to let her explain this out.
1 centimeter equals 100th meter. I'll write that as a fraction and as a decimal fraction. Now, write 1 millimeter as a fraction and as a decimal fraction.
Okay, so we're up to what you want, millimeter. So that's going to be this one, 1/1000th, okay? And then she's going to put 1/1000th would be 0.001. I'm going to let her do it, though.
1 millimeter equals 1,000th meter. I'll write that as a fraction and as a decimal fraction. Check your work. We call this a meter stick because it's 1 meter long. Each centimeter is labeled with a number. There are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Each tiny tick mark between the centimeters is 1 millimeter. There are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. I'll use a meter stick to find the length of this bicycle. 1 meter, 2 meters.
Magic.
Now, find the length in centimeters. Use the conversion table in your notes to help.
Okay. So she just told us that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, right? But there's 2 meters here. So if there's 100 centimeters here, that means there's another 100 centimeters here. So that would mean 200 centimeters.
1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So 2 meters equals 200 centimeters. Yes, write the multiplication equation we used to convert 2 meters to 200 centimeters.
So that would be 2 times 100 because there was 100 centimeters here and 100 centimeters there, okay? So times 100 centimeters times 2 of those. That's what they're doing. Fixed my beard up last night. How's it looking? Good? Cut my hair too. Not much left. Write the equation using an exponent. Oh, remember that means 10 to the something power. Well, if I have 2 zeros, that means 10 to the second power. I don't know how to write powers on here. Oh, I'll bet you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. 10 to the second power, because 10 to the second power is 100, because that's 10 times 10. That 2 means you multiply 2 tens together. 3 would be 3 tens together. 4 would be 4 tens together. So 10 times 10 is 100. That's why it's 10 to the second power, okay?
Two times 100 equals 200. We can write that using an exponent like this. Exactly. To rename meters as centimeters, multiply the number of meters by 100, or 10 to the second power. Now, find the length of the bike in millimeters.
Okay, so now it's going to be a little different. She said there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter, but we have 2 meters, so that means there's 1,000 in this stick and 1,000 in this stick, so that makes 2,000 millimeters total.
1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. So 2 meters equals 2,000 millimeters. Yes, write the multiplication equation we used to convert 2 meters to 2,000 millimeters.
So we did 2 times 1,000, because there was 1,000 here and 1,000 there. So there was 2 sets of 1,000. So 2 times 1,000 Now, what is that in an exponent? Well, it's 10. How many zeros do I need? 1, 2, 3 zeros. Or 3 zeros I have, I'm sorry, not how many zeros do I need, but 3 zeros I have, excuse me, I got confused there a little bit, means I need a 3, because that's 10 times 10 times 10. Well, 10 times 10 is 100. Then times 10 more, 100 times 10 is 1,000. That's where we get the 3 from. Easier way of doing it, ladies and gentlemen, just count 1, 2, 3 zeros, means I need a 3, okay?
2 times 1,000 equals 2,000. We can write that using an exponent like this. Exactly. To rename meters as millimeters, multiply the number of meters by 1,000, or 10 to the third power. Heads up, 2 meters is the exact same measurement as 200 centimeters and 2,000 millimeters. Multiplying didn't make the 2 meters into more meters. We just renamed 2 meters as 200 centimeters and 2,000 millimeters. All of them are accurate measurements of the bike's length. Let's do another one. Z-Rex is...
Ooh, we're looking 1.5 here.
47/100 meters tall. Find his height in centimeters and millimeters.
Okay, so this is what they were setting us up for yesterday. Centimeters, when you multiply by 100, ladies and gentlemen, when you're multiplying by 100, all you're really doing is moving the decimal, okay? So to multiply by 100, they want centimeters. That's 100, okay? Centi means 100. Keep that in mind. I have to move this decimal to the right because multiplying makes my number get bigger. Well, multiplying by 100, so how many places to the right do I need to go? Well, if 100 has 2 zeros, that means I need to move this 2 places. So 1, 2. So that decimal point is going to go here now, and I'm going to have 147. Write the multiplication equation to convert. Oh, okay, so now they want the exponent. Well, it was 100. How many zeros do I have in 100? 2 zeros in 100, so that would be that one. Okay, 2 zeros. 2 is my exponent. Okay, now we would have to multiply this by 1,000 for millimeters, right? So 1,000 has, let me try my best. I'll try my best. 1. Okay, here's where it's going to get tough. Boom. That's not bad. Boom. I'm trying to write with the mouse pad. I'm sure you guys have tried it before. It's not real easy. So there's 1,000, right? So however many zeros I have is how many places I have to move the decimal. So 1, 2, 3 places to the right. Well, there's only 1, 2 places to move. How do I get 3 places to move? Well, I could just do this. Right? Now I can move it 1, 2, 3 places. Now my decimal point will be here. So what is that? 1470. That is 1,470 millimeters. Nice. Write the multiplication. Okay, so 1,000, again, had 3 zeros. So there it is. 3 zeros would be an exponent of 3. That only works when we're talking about tens, ladies and gentlemen, but that's all we've been talking about so far, so we're good.
This string measures 260 centimeters. 260 centimeters equals how many meters?
Okay, so now a meter stick is going to be a smaller number because there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter stick. So that means if I had 100 here, that would be 1 meter stick, right? If I had 200 here, that'd be 2 meter sticks, but I have 260. So what I'm going to do here is I need to divide this number by 100, okay? if I divide this by 100, what I'm doing is I'm putting it into groups of 100. Why groups of 100? Because each group of 100 is 1 meter, okay? So I want to put this into groups of 100. So to do that, I need to divide. Okay, makes sense. Now, division, all I really am doing, again, is moving my decimal. Remember, I've said this a couple of times now. Let me change my color. When you don't see a decimal point, where is it? It's right there. Now, we need to divide this by 100. So division means my number is getting smaller. If my number is getting smaller, my decimal point is going to go this way because I'm going to go from 260 to 26 to 2.6, right? That's getting smaller. How many places am I going to move my decimal to the left? Because I'm dividing here. I want it in groups of 100, 1, 2 places. So that means 1, 2 places. It's going to go right there now, okay? So 260 centimeters divided into groups of 100, I'd have 2 full centimeters and then 0.6 left over, okay? So 2.6. You may put 2.60. You could do that too. Doesn't matter. 2.6 also would have worked. Okay, it's getting kind of involved today, guys.
100 centimeters equals 1 meter. So 260 centimeters equals 2 6/10 meters. Yes. Write the division equation we used to convert 260 centimeters to 2 6/10 meters.
Okay, we had to put it into groups of 100. Why? Because there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So we want it in groups of 100 so we know how many meters we have. Okay, so we divided it by 100. 100 has 2 zeros. So which one would that be? This one, right? 2 zeros means I need an exponent of 2.
$260 divided by 100 equals 2 6/10. We can write 100 using an exponent like this. Exactly. To rename centimeters as meters, divide by 100, or 10 to the second power. Here's another piece of string. It measures 2,600 millimeters. 2,600 millimeters equals how many meters?
Okay, so here's the deal. How many millimeters are in 1 meter? Because that's the groups we're going to have to put it in. There's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Okay, so I need to put these millimeters into groups of 1,000 because each group of 1,000 would be 1 meter, right? So in order to put these into groups of 1,000, what's that mean I need to do? I need to divide that by 1,000. Okay, so now we're going to be dividing that by 1,000. Remember, when we're dividing something, the number is getting smaller. And when I'm talking about 1,000 like that, let's go purple, huh? Here would be my decimal point. I need to move it to the left because I'm dividing. My number is going to get smaller. How many places to the left is it going to go? Well, that all depends on how many zeros there are in 1,000, right? And in 1,000, I'm not doing very good with this right now. That's awful. But there's 1,000. How many zeros are there in 1,000? 1, 2, 3. So that means I need to move this to the left 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So my decimal point will now go there. Okay, can't see that real well. Okay, so X this off. What is this coming up? You get out of here. We update later. So I got my decimal point there is what I said, 2.6. You could put 2.600, but you don't need those zeros. If you put them, it wouldn't mark it wrong, though. It'd still be right.
1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter. So 2,600 millimeters equals 2 6/10 meters. Yes. Write the division equation we used to convert 2,600 millimeters to 2 6/10 meters.
Okay, so we divided it by 1,000, right? Well, that's what they want right there. We wanted it into groups of 1,000 because every 1,000 millimeters is 1 meter. So we wanted it into groups of 1,000. So we divided by 1,000. Now, how many zeros are in 1,000? 3 of them.
$2,600 divided by 1,000 equals 2 6/10. We can write that using an exponent like this. Exactly. To rename millimeters as meters, divide by 1,000, or 10 to the third power. 2,600 millimeters is the exact same measurement as 260 centimeters and 2 6/10 meters.
It's all the same.
Try this last one on your own.
Now, all we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we are moving the decimal. But if you need a calculator to do this, again, feel free to use a calculator if you need it, okay, for the multiplication division. You'll get the same answer if you divide it out, but all you really have to do is move a decimal. Okay, what's this say here? A ribbon measures 67 meters. Convert its length, millimeters, excuse me, to meters. Well, that means there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. So I need to put this into groups of 1,000, but the problem is there's not 1,000 there, is there? So what I have is 67. And I'm going to divide this by 1,000. Division means I'm moving my decimal point to the left, right? Well, where is my decimal point in the number when I don't see the decimal point? It always comes after the number. Now I got to divide this by 1,000, right? This number. Remember, division means my decimal point's going to the left because division's always going to make the number smaller. So I'm going to go from 67 to 6.7. That's getting smaller, right? I went from 67 to 6 point something. How many places do I got to move? 1, 2, 3. Well, here's the issue. 1, 2. I have to move it one more place. So what does that mean I have to do? That means I have to add a 0 there so that I can go one more place. So this one's going to be 0.067. Ta-da! Now, we divided by 1,000. How many zeros in 1,000? 3 of them. So that's what I need there. 10 to the third power is the same thing as saying 1,000.
Thanks for measuring with us today. Head on over to the Tower of Power.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as this is getting harder, I'm going to continue to do the same thing. I'm going to do the whole lesson with you, and then I'm going to expect you to do the Tower of Power on your own. If you have questions, come see me in the office or come back to the math meet, and I'll get you fixed up. But that's as much as I'm going to do. So I'm just going to turn this off now. Because I'm not going to do the Tower of Power for you because that will show me that you are picking up on what you were supposed to pick up for the day. Okay, everybody understand that? But again, don't be afraid to come ask me questions. Feel free. Absolutely. That's my job. That's what I'm here for, right? We want you to learn it. But hopefully with that tutorial there, you'll be able to understand everything that's going on. Hopefully. If not, come see me. All right, dogs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I Zearned it there. So I'm up to lesson 5, is it? Yeah, up to lesson 5. So that's where you should be today, too. Listen, I did that Tower of Power. It's kind of tough. I'm expecting a lot of questions, so don't be shy. Come see me, okay? I'm expecting a lot of questions on that one. It's not real easy. All right. See you at math time.